Hi, how's everyone? Thanks for coming back. Hello and welcome. If you're new, I'm glad you found me. We're doing a general reading for the collective. General energy read for Wednesday. This is timeless. This is for the collective. Doesn't matter the sign. I will be calling out signs that are prominent in the reading, but it doesn't matter what sign you are, the viewer. Just for everybody. This is just a general energy read. See what they want to let us know. So we're going to do a 5-card spread, past influences, near future, current energies, looking forward, and the anchor card, which is influences you might not see yet. Okay, so one and two right together. Past influences, we've got conflict here. Current energy, we've got the Queen of Swords. Let's get the near future, please. Near future. Thank you. The Page of Swords on the back side. Can we get looking forward, please? Looking forward. We've got the High Priestess. And bottom of the deck, which is the influences we might not see yet. Oh, interesting. We've got the Six of Swords, the moving on card. Okay. Interesting. There may be an opportunity to move on from something here, but let's get into it. So the first card, past influences. We do have the Five of Wands, which is conflict. Let's see. Now the fun thing about not fun, different thing about this deck is with in this deck the Five of Wands is conflict. Well, conflict, but it's more describing a healthy discourse. Like, this is conflict, but you guys like feed off each other over it. You know what I mean? This is healthy conflict. This is verbal jousting, but productive challenges. Okay, that's what it is on the front side. So I always have to remember that when I'm in the other decks, coming out with the Five of Wands. That can be healthy discourse. But on the reverse, they're arguing in front of a volcano. Like, on the front side, it's nice, clear day. It's a little bit deserted, so they're kind of maybe off in the distance, like in a private setting, having this discourse. But in the clear day, this is healthy discourse. But here we see that they're actually arguing in front of a volcano. So this is kind of very volatile situation here. This is a heated competition and tension, an unseen anger. It's a call to take a time out. I have the X's here, and I'm hearing the buzzer in basketball. It's time to take a timeout, okay? Go to your separate corners. This past influence is saying that there was a conflict here that you guys had to take a break from, okay? Current energies, it could have involved this Queen of Swords. This is air energy. I give the Queen to Aquarius. She's not in the she didn't come out in the reverse, she's front side facing up in her upright energy. So somebody either is coming out of this as a Queen of Swords in the upright, or a Queen of Swords in the upright is going to make herself present in the situation. Okay, this is a loyal ally that swings a righteous sword. She has strong intellect. So somebody's going to come and step in. This, for some in the collective, a Queen of Swords is going to step in with her intellect and fairness and logic, and she's going to put a stop to this conflict. Or for others in the collective, this could be you in that Queen of Swords energy. After this break, after this time out, somebody comes in with some logic, swinging a righteous sword. Okay. Near future, we've got this Page of Swords in the reverse. It almost looks like there's a defeat here, and somebody kind of walks away with a little bit bruised. This is somebody who's worried about measuring up to others and need guidance. All the pages in this deck seem to come with it seem to come with the stipulation that this person in this page energy is looking for guidance, looking for a mentor, um, looking for a purpose, looking for inspiration. The different for four different suits, they're all looking for some kind of guidance. So now, in the near future, page energies knock back down a little bit. We go from queen energy to a page, but it's not necessarily a downgrade. It's not necessarily losing ground. There is a freshness here. There is a renewal here. There is a I am going forth unfettered from the responsibilities that I had as the queen, and I am able to go forward in a new energy, though I may be untested in this new path that I've chosen. I'm coming at it brand new, optimistic, but there is someone here who has this underlying worry of not being able to measure up. Okay? Looking forward, we have the High Priestess, a lot of feminine energy here. High Priestess is Pisces energy. I like this because it's somebody who's keeping their own counsel. Truth is in, yeah, doctrine and, oh, okay. So this is somebody who's considering doctrine, like dogma, tradition, what is written down from other people for you to follow, versus enlightenment. What is the divine telling you, right? Because we have found out, throughout history, the things that are written down by the hand of man is often tainted with man's perspective, okay? So this is talking about doctrine versus enlightenment. What is being processed through your higher intuition? Okay, the High Priestess is teaching us that in order to see how she sits on her throne with the scrolls of wisdom. Here she's keeping the receipts. But she sits between a black pillar and a white pillar, and she guards the curtain towards the inner sanctum of wisdom. The key here is that wisdom comes in the perception that the truth lies somewhere in between the black and the white. And once we learn to blend that path, we're allowed into the back room where the wisdom is. So there's going to be something in the looking forward position in the future where you're going to be able to blend two different ways of thinking in order to make decisions. It's not even to make decisions, it's just in order to function at a different vibration, at a different level, at a higher intuition. I feel there's someone here who is going to be taking the stance of somebody who's going to be a little more still, a little more receptive listening, but not saying much about what they're observing. That's the nature of Pisces, is they process things almost immediately, in a psychic level, right? And I think it's because they're processing and understanding, like the light is on, the downloads are coming, the intuition is there, and it's so not overwhelming, but it's so constant and consistent that there's no way that they could sit there and explain everything in real time. So when people get like that, they tend to get quiet because they're just kind of processing within their own minds. Okay, so there's going to be an opportunity here in the future, looking forward, where it's almost going to come naturally that you're going to be able to distinguish the black from the white. Okay, and even though you may sequester each where they belong, the wisdom comes from that the truth is somewhere in between the two. Okay. Bottom of the deck, the anchor card. Influences you might not see yet. We've got the Six of Swords. So this is, let's see. It says, you're uncertain on this new path, but you know that there's no going back. There's no going back to what you were before. So you're making the decision to move forward towards your heart's desire. Underneath that, we've got the Three of Cups, but on the back side. Can I show this? Oh, I'm sorry. This is the... Hang on. Yeah, the Three of Cups. The front side has... Okay, there we go. Ooh. Yeah. Going forward towards pleasure. I like that. I'll read more on that. Oh, but then we have the Seven of Pentacles on the back side. Interesting. It says learn from loss and mistakes and strategize new methods, make a new plan, stand and begin again. Hey, that's great. Underneath that, just by looking, we've got the Two of Pentacles, which is just juggling work-life balance, but doing it very well because you're being acknowledged. So let's go through this again. Past influences, conflict here. Conflict for conflict's sake, almost, I heard. This is heated conflict. It's not the good, equitable discourse where people understand each other and it's just like verbal sparring. This is heated. Okay, so in the past influence, there is heated disagreement here. The current energy is that somebody is in their Queen of Swords energy, where she's coming at this logical. Sometimes the Queen of Swords can also represent Libra. It can be any of the air signs. I just out of preference give the Queen to Aquarius, but it can be any of the air signs. If this like is Libra energy, we are often, I'm a Libra, quadruple Libra, in tropical. We are often accused of being extremely cold in our dealings with people when our brain kicks over into being logical. Okay, we have to be logical about the situation. Show me what's the pros and cons. I don't want to know how it affects different people, because that often involves a lot of emotion. Emotion has no play in this right now. I have to make a good decision. I can't take people's emotions. Only the facts and the truth. So it's often seen as a very cold, intellectual, unfeeling kind of energy. But it is logical and it's not uncaring, but she's extremely strong. This is also somebody who does not want to hear anybody's bullshit. If you come forward gaslighting and using excuses and lies, she's going to swing that sword. With the dynamic between the Queen and the King is that the King makes the sentence and the Queen swings the sword. So she's the one who's going to lop heads off, okay? And it's, people don't give air signs that kind of they don't think that air signs can do well. Geminis maybe, because Geminis are always down for shit kicking, but Libras, they kind of want to keep the peace more. So it surprises people when an air sign does spin around and swing that sword. And a lot of times it comes off as very cold and calculated. And yeah, it has to be, because there's an element of self-preservation here. Okay. I know in the yesterday's reading we were dealt the King of Cups, and the King of Cups is almost the same kind of vibration there, where the King of Cups wants to be master of his emotions, not their servant. The air signs definitely walk more with intellect, so that emotion doesn't muddy the waters. Okay. Near future, that's that Page of Swords energy. This is somebody who is worried about measuring up to others, either measuring up to what others have already accomplished or measuring up to what others expect of them. They're in a very new kind of feeling vulnerable in the near future. I don't know if this is you or somebody that you may be dealing with. Page of Swords is Gemini energy. let's go through the signs. We've got the Five of Wands, that's Leo. Because you gotta think there's a little bit of ego involved here when the two conflict in the past influences. We've got that Five of Wands. That's conflict and heated conflict. Time to take a time out. There's hurt egos here, right? There's clashing egos. There's um hurt feelings and then retaliation from for because of that. Okay, that's that Leo energy. Queen of Swords is a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, usually Aquarius. Page of Swords, Gemini. High Priestess is Pisces. And down here we've got Six of Swords, that's Libra. Three of Cups is Cancer. Yeah, I like that energy. Very sweet. Seven of Pentacles is Virgo. Yeah, Virgo. Okay. So, in the influences that we might not see yet, we've got this opportunity to move on. It's maybe not even an opportunity, it's a clear, decisive step to move on to something. Hang on a second. Behind conflict. Yeah. Well, on the front side, this is leaving behind conflict. Go on, get. Right? But on the reverse, it's still doing that, but there's some trepidation about where you're going to. It says uncertain, but you know there's no going back. There's no going back to the old cycle. And it's okay, because even though you're uncertain, feeling a little vulnerable, that Page of Swords is looking for some guidance. You're going to find that inner guidance with the High Priestess telling you that the truth is somewhere between the black and white. And I heard it has to do in some in the collective in what they are deciding for yourself in the future, what you're deciding for yourself going forward. There's something that needs to be balanced here, and that's where your wisdom comes in. It's when you balance that the truth is between the two, okay? Person for you. Because you're going forward towards a Three of Cups, okay? And the Three of Cups is gathering for pleasure, celebrating, and blessings, okay? This is the friend group. This is good times, good days, good nights, good people, good food, sharing yourself, sharing your happiness, sharing your pleasure. And now remember, this could be an influence that might not be seen yet under the anchor card, okay? But after that, we've got worked in with this energy a Seven of Pentacles, which means even though you're moving towards something that is going to be very pleasurable and very just much nicer energy than where you came from, there's still going to be looking back at that tree that you planted where nothing came to fruition. It's like, damn, I spent a lot of time nurturing that, and it didn't ever bloom, you know? So this can be learning from that loss, learning from the mistakes, strategizing new methods to go make a new plan and beginning again. Yeah, this is great. And I feel like they're telling us that you can find some companionship and some alleviation of the burden of just trying to get through it by yourself when you move on into this new community. Okay, I heard you're going to find your people. They're going to be on your vibration. I heard some of them are going to be just as much a mess as you. Cuz we got three girls partying out here in the meadow, you know. And they're all equals. You got blonde and brunette. It's, you know, Neapolitan ice cream over here. Blonde, brunette, redhead. They're all equals. They're all happy. They're all dressed kind of the same. They're all drinking the same drinks, you know. They they're all, yes, bestie, and as you should, you know, very supportive and caring and loving. But yeah, you're gonna find the ability to learn from the past by actually having a group around you that has your back. Because over here in the top, this is all very lonely. Besides the conflict card with two people, every card here is a single person. And a lot of feminine energy here. We've got the Queen of Swords, sorry, the Page, and well, the Page is androgynous. Since it's such a young energy and it hasn't come into its own yet, it's kind of androgynous, so it can be feminine or masculine. And the High Priestess Pisces energy is feminine energy. A lot of in the feels, a lot of trying to feel empowered after conflict. It's going to be good. Even though it's ending here with that Seven of Pentacles, which is kind of like dwelling in that loss, there is still a lot of potential here for happiness. There's coming into self-knowledge, finding out that your needs are best met when you walk the in between need and desire. But you are still looking, part of you is still looking for a little bit of guidance. That's normal. We all should be. Nobody has all the answers. So, but just be careful about getting too mired down in being worried that you're making your missteps. You're making missteps, or you're going into something with not completely fleshed out intention. Doesn't matter. Just take the step. Just go, start. Because once you do, you'll find your way. You know what's really interesting, and this might seem very this might seem very off topic, but stick with me a minute. I was doing a repair on a piece of clothing today, and I had to find the seam. I had to find where the stitches came together so I could cut up the middle, right? And I couldn't find it and couldn't find it. And I was getting confused as to which thread was for which piece. And then I just heard in my head, just make a cut, just start somewhere. And once you separate the two pieces, you'll be able to find the path that you're supposed to be on. And wouldn't you know it, all I had to do was just make one snip, and then the the stitch that I was looking for and all the stitches after that was laid out in front of me. And from there, it was tedious, but at least it was visible what stitches I was trying to pull. So that's kind of what they're saying here, is that even though there's trepidation, there's hurt feelings, there's hurt ego, um, keep moving forward and just at least make that initial step with that Page energy. Because once you find the path that you have to take the step to find the path that you are going to be on. And I feel that once somebody does take that step, it's from Page energy to High Priestess. I mean, bam, that's a huge step up in vibration. It's a huge step up in intuition and understanding. It's just somebody is feeling a little bit vulnerable to take that first step. And that's understandable, absolutely. But in the influences that you might not see yet is that here, like I said, with the Six of Swords, you're moving on to something better, but there is still a little bit of ah, I heard misery, but I don't think it's that deep. It's just like disappointment, general bummer, disappointment. Like you're kind of past the energy where the conflict is still fresh. It's not quite fresh anymore, but you're still processing the lessons that you learned. So you're a little bit worried about moving forward. Um, but yeah, you're being encouraged that it's going forward towards a new kind of community, new support. Okay, and it'll come with that processing of the past, where you can go, okay, that didn't work. It's strategery here. It's strategic planning. Okay, it's just this is Earth energy. So Virgo, very analytical. It's an honorary air sign because he's ruled by Mercury, also feminine energy. Um, Is a little bit of dwelling here, a little bit of dwelling on what was lost, a little bit of getting in a rut about thinking about what mistakes you made. Okay? You don't have to do that anymore. I know you still will. So we're going to get some theme cards to get maybe a little bit of advice here, maybe elaborate a little bit on some of the messages. I hope this vibed with you. If you vibed with it, leave me a thumbs up, subscribe, share my video, leave a comment. My Venmo, Cash App, and email are in the description. I'm open for personal readings and birth chart inquiries. Let's see what the cards want to say here. Oh, we've got temptation, but it didn't want to jump out. Look at how it landed. It landed facing up, but it didn't want to come out. So there may be temptation here, but it's I heard it's shy. It's shy. It was like, maybe not. You know, and it flipped around like it was very energetic, but then it popped back in. Right? It wanted to be seen, but then it was, no, don't look at me. So there could be a temptation here, but it might still be in the background. It might not be brave enough to come out yet. That could be that Page of Swords, you know, kind of feeling vulnerable, wanting to be wanting to be seen, but not quite confident about it yet. Okay, okay. I got the moon here. We got the crucible again. All right, you know, look at how this a crucible looks like the volcano, right? Of forging something new, you need the fire. And it says this is a time of testing, trial, or pressure. There's transformation through heat or hardship, and that's going on the Five of Wands. Then we got Luna the Moon, the unconscious instincts, habits, cycles, moods, hidden influences, secrets, and the mother. We'll put that over here. Anything else, please? I don't know what's, I think we're going towards the new moon. Yeah. Okay, we got grasshopper. Situations in the balance may require careful handling. Interesting. But you know that already. You're very cautious. Somebody's very cautious. Just out of experience, you know? Again, the balance, the scales of balance, Libra energy, Justice energy. We do have the Queen of Swords here. So situations in the balance require careful handling. I'm actually going to put this on the High Priestess because she's the one guiding us to remember that the truth is the balance somewhere between the black and the white. Okay, we've got remember you are air. That's for the Queen of Swords. Breathe, focus, make your decisions, be observant, think clearly, and cut away what's false. Okay, that's a tough one because sometimes we lie to ourselves about what's false. We've got salt, protection. Wow, they're jumping now. The rose, romance is in the air. Save point. Oh, North Node. That's interesting. I'll have to check if the nodes are changing anytime soon. Let's just go through what we have here. So we've got salt, protection. You guys know how to put the salt in the four corners, okay? Or you can salt your boundaries, salt your doorways, whatever. You can look them up. There's a lot of different ways you can throw protection with salt. I heard even taking like a bath with bath salts, bath salts, right? Bath bombs that have salt in them, or just putting, kosher salt, rock salt, I think coarse salt, whatever, in the bath. Salt neutralizes negativity. So definitely boost up your protection here. It's going to clear that energy around you. And I heard for a lot of you, it's because you're twitching. I'm seeing somebody glitching, but on an energetic level. Like, you're twitching out of anxiety. So that twitching maybe is affecting, I heard affecting the electronics, but it's not physical electronics. It's your brain electronics. So um, they're saying with this salt protection, it's going to neutralize that negativity and kind of bring it back, bring the frequencies back into alignment. Then we've got the save point card, okay? I feel like this goes along with the Six of Swords here, that moving on card. Rest, remove, restore. Think of like a save point in a game before you go on to a new level. You hit save and you save all your progress, right? It's saying gather your resources, preserve what you need, purge what you must, plan ahead, and take inventory. So I'm actually going to put this here with the Seven of Pentacles because planning ahead was suggested in that card. Then we have the Rose. Romance is in the air. And I'm putting that here with the Three of Cups because I think some people might come into a new romance within this new friend group. Okay, let's get a couple more, please. I'll get to the North Node in a second. Oh, okay. Archangel Gabriel coming out again, the Annunciator. This represents also like the Judgment card, because Archangel Gabriel blows the trumpet at the rapture. Okay, and that's when things are called up from the dead in order to take account for their actions. So this is a clarity of divine purpose. We've got intercession here. We've got miracles coming in the way. Sorry. We've got miracles coming in on the way. This is redirection or new direction, but it's also a companion escort through the underworld, which means that if there's someone here in the energy that's going through a dark night of the soul, or maybe even just a dimly lit hallway of the soul, there is a guide here. Oh, see, what was the card? The Page of Swords. I'm going to put that there then. That Page of Swords is looking for guidance. We've got Archangel Gabriel here bringing in guidance through the dimly lit hallway of the soul. Okay, and oh, it's okay. That's 666. I know that invokes a lot of fear in people, 666, but the meaning of this card is that fear is an illusion, okay? Remove fear, doubt, and negativity. What did I say about the salt? Those are the true demons, okay? The true demons, fear, doubt, and negativity. Okay, last one, we've got the red sun. It says someone here is waking up to their spiritual path. Intense emotion and passion, deep understanding, a spiritual awakening, and divine communication. I see that High Priestess is coming in powerful. Powerful. If that's not the you viewer moving into the High Priestess energy, there is a Pisces coming in who is high powered here. Or maybe you have that Pisces in you that's kicking in. It's like finally the frequencies are connecting. You're online, the downloads are coming. You're calling bullshit before somebody even speaks. You're catching vibes. You're seeing things way in the future, and it's almost feels really liberating, but also extremely frustrating because it seems like you're the only one that sees it. Right? Everybody else is walking around dumb. So that's what I have for general energy reads. I hope you're vibed with that. My information is in the description. I'm open for personal readings and birth chart inquiries. Venmo, Cash App, and my email are in the description. Tomorrow, Thursday, what do we got going on for Thursday? Ooh, if I can grab my notebook without... Okay, Thursday... Oh, we're going to do a zodiac sign. I haven't decided which one we're going to start with, so I'll see what's going on in the astrology. The one with the most bullshit going on there, we'll start with them. Okay, so thanks for sticking with me. I hope that resonated until I see you again in the next reading. Okay, thanks, bye.